Welcome back from around the world. You're back with Lord Fish, and we're playing My Garage once again. And yeah, I didn't know if I was going to come back to this game after last time. We left ourselves here to see if a car would spawn here. When we got back, it didn't, so we'll just head back to our shop. I guess we'll walk it back and we'll do a little bit of talking. So if you see my last video, after I put the video out, I made a couple random suggestions about the game, about making it its own adventure and kind of not ripping on other people's ideas. And for for a surprise in the morning, the next morning, I woke up to a large rant from the owner of this game, Viking. I wasn't happy that I had given out some ideas. Kind of just projected all his issues on me. Like, I don't want to say too much about the guy because clearly he's got a lot of freaking issues, but I've had 3 conversations with him and they all ended the same way. I made suggestions about his game, how to make it better, and he lost his freaking mind. Now, I don't think that's a very healthy way to be as a human being, or also projecting your problems on other people. People tend to do this thing where when they're upset about something or they're mad at somebody, they tend to say and do the things they fear and think about the most and kind of put it on other people. And I don't really think it's a nice thing to do, a kind thing to do, or a very mature thing to do. And I realize Vikings may not be a full-grown adult or whatever. I assume he's like under 20, I'll say, just because of his mind state. I've never seen anybody lose their mind over other people giving them advice on their game. But I guess that doesn't guarantee it. Who knows? Maybe he's older than we think, and this is just who he is. But I just wanted to say I don't have any personal issues with him. I play the game. I think that when you buy somebody's game, that gives you a right to have an opinion on that game, and that's my personal thing. I feel like every single one of us who purchase this game are allowed to say how we feel about it. If we'd like to see changes, things like that. I don't think that it's very fair for him to really to take things so personally, I guess. Yeah, let's go through some of the things that happened with us. My first, we'll do it because we're waiting here anyways for this load time that is just freaking ridiculous. Oh, here's some more load time for you. The first time we spoke, I had a talk with him in his Discord where I just made a few suggestions about how the game might be a little bit better and a little long term gameplay that you could get out of the game. And his response was to threaten me, to call me names, and then to ban me from his Discord. And I get it. I'm like, he may not be an adult, so I just assumed, that he is having some personal issues that day and let it go. And I didn't join back into his Discord. And our next experience was him giving me a lecture on another video I made about his game, about how I was wrong for having any ideas or thoughts towards it. I'm just starting to get a little bit confused about how this is working, because I feel like, again, that we're allowed to have an opinion about his game, and that if we're only trying to give him ideas that help to make his game better, I don't see why he'd be mad about that. I did say that he did rip some ideas off, and I honestly can't say that he didn't. The pizza drop was definitely one of those things. Custom seats was definitely one of those things. And I know you can't really make too many games without, taking some stuff from other people's games, and I get that. But at least you could do is maybe give them some credit, maybe not lose your mind when they point out that you've ripped that idea off. That's me. Anyways, there's not a lot of games you're gonna make where you're not gonna rip some sort of idea off. But the important part is to probably be healthy about it and do it in a way that if it's similar enough and somebody says something, and it's pretty clear it's similar enough, be like, oh, I just happen to make the same game. Probably not call them a bunch of names and lose your mind and project all your issues on them. And I tell you guys that for a few reasons. You should know that anybody with a brain in their head's going to know you're projecting your own issues on them. Why is that not picking up? How do I pick this up? Am I pushing? Oh, it's right click. There we go. I have the wrong buttons. Haven't been playing this for a while. I get the buttons confused on the games when I switch back and forth like that. But I feel like it's important to know that you shouldn't respond to people like that, and you shouldn't put yourself out there. Like, at this point, we've had 3 conversations with Viking, and every time he's been losing his mind angry because somebody made a small suggestion about maybe making his game better. I don't think that's somebody with a mental that's very mentally stable, I guess. I don't. That's going to probably hurt his feelings right there. And that's not what I'm going for. But I just feel like it's not worth arguing with the guy. If every time you talk to somebody, they're losing their mind mad over something that you don't really feel like anybody should be mad about, you're probably just better off not wasting your time. But I am going to continue to play his game. I think that that was an attempt to tell me not to play his game, basically. And I purchased this game. I think that I have a right to say how I feel about it. And maybe that's unfair to him, but I don't really think it is. I have people all the time tell me things about my game, and I accept it. Maybe they think that they're right. Maybe they think that a change might help or make things better. So I'm willing to accept that and take what they're saying into consideration. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I don't think I'm smarter than anybody. I may be somewhat creative than some people, but I don't think that I'm so much above everybody that I can't listen to somebody else and their opinion. So we got like no engine here, but we do have a radiator, a good transmission. Maybe we'll try to rebuild this guy and see what we do. Again, I don't really know what to do in this game. There's no real direction to take in this game. They're just kind of shooting ideas in there to make it better in their view of things. And in my opinion, it's really making things worse. I don't want to go deliver pizzas and hunting through barns, trying to find things I could find at the junkyard. You're literally just wasting my time. But we'll give it a try eventually just to see if there's something to it. But I just can't see why we would do this. Like, where logical sense kicks in, these jobs don't really kick in with it. And maybe I'm missing something. And it's just another way to keep playing because, you know, the mechanics on this game are really, it's honestly one of a kind. It's the one thing that they didn't rip off or copy from somebody else. They did it themselves, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. I really enjoy the mechanics. That's why I play this game. Now, in my opinion, just kind of shooting a bunch of ripped off ideas, or say you came up with them on your own somehow, is just going to only make the game optional. Like, you have the option to do a bunch of pointless stuff, but it's kind of up to you. I'll just go ahead and tell him, and he'll pretend like he didn't hear it and then add it again. But the best thing he could do for this game is to make some sort of custom housing system where you could build your own freaking garage, probably. But then it's costing you quite a bit of money, so you're working really hard trying to get jobs done to get this money to build your special custom house with special custom pieces where you can build it your way. That would probably be my idea what would make this game actually more fun and actually add to it instead of maybe taking away from it or just kind of putting things in just to put them in. But again, I'm sure he'll be mad I said that, but that's the truth of the matter. That's how I feel, and you know what I mean? Even if I'm wrong, well, then I'm wrong. You know, don't do it. Do something else. You can't be mad that I have an opinion about the thing. Like, I bought this game. I don't think that you own... you don't own our opinions when we buy this game. Anybody can speak up and anybody can say what they like. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to say. This is the adult world that you live in, my friend, and you're going to have to get used to it. Unfortunately, the whole world's not shaped around you and your little feelings. We all have our own feelings, and we just try to do what's right and stay in the middle and not cater to people with way too much sensitivity. Yeah, I'm gonna hurt his feelings. I'm at this point, like, the guy just kind of lost his mind and just calls people names and shoots out all his problems at us. I don't really feel bad for him at this point. I've tried to be nice to the guy. I've tried to let things go several times, but the guy's out of his freaking mind. Like, I don't know. Maybe you guys are okay with dealing with somebody like that, but I ain't, man. I'm gonna say what I like. I'm gonna do what I like, and if he wigs out again, I'm just gonna have a good laugh. I did take the time to listen to my last video, though, and make sure that I wasn't really out of line, and I really don't feel like I was. I only said a few things, and I never really insulted him or anything like that. And his response was so overwhelming that I felt like I should at least... Well, at first, actually, I got the advice to just leave it alone. Just not cover this game because he's just going to keep losing his mind over nothing and escalating the issues and stuff like that. And I thought about it, I listened to my video, and I don't think I said anything that he should have been mad or upset about. I think that he was just overreacting. He's got some kind of, I don't want to say mental issues. He's got some kind of problems going on at home, and he's taking it out on the wrong people and the wrong things in his life. And I can understand, you know, he's a young man. Not really getting the whole bigger picture of the thing here. You really got to fix this rust if you're watching, dude. Oh, I did get it. It did come off. Oh, never mind. Sometimes the rust just will not come off something, and you can find it on every little... Oh, this is the door. That's why. You can hammer it on every little stupid angle. It'll just never come off. Fix that up, man. Make it fun again. That's the idea, is you want things to be fun, not a freaking day-long chore of trying to figure out the right angle because your freaking game doesn't play it right. So another thing too, the angles for like grinding your rust and stuff like that should be easy. It should be, you point your grinder at the rust gets removed. But some of these times, some of these places, you just can't get the rust off. And I don't understand what kind of line trace or ray trace they use for this, but it's definitely not very accurate. It doesn't work very well. Maybe use some new decals to make sure that the rust doesn't fall on spots that you can't sand would be a good idea. And I know he's mad at me and all that stuff, so you guys are like, I ain't listening to you. Well, I hate to tell you this, but he usually does listen to me, actually. He takes my advice on almost everything. He just hates admitting that he did it. Alright, so what do we got? We got like 1 bar of rust left. Well, you're going to have to rip that door right off, but we're going to leave it for now. So maybe push another vehicle in, and we'll maybe get it cleaned up and try to make some money off of it. And we'll work on getting the other one running or something like that. I'll check this one out. I don't know what's a good one to get running. Sometimes it's fun to tinker with their engines a bit. We're not going to be able to move this one. Oh, we're moving it. Man, this is annoying. And I tried to tell some of this advice to him before, but he's so offended by everything that he can never get the idea of what actually going to help the make the game better. My biggest advice to him would be, number one, start playing your own game, man. If you played your own game, you would know what's fun and what's not fun and what the issues are. But you don't, and then you're mad when people tell you what they are. And that, again, it just doesn't get anybody anywhere. We're all stuck here not being able to move forward because of this stuff. So I hope it's taken the right way, but we all know that he's going to lose his mind and take it the wrong way. Like I said, I did review the video last time. I went through, I read everybody's comments. Nobody seemed mad about anything. They seemed to understand what I was saying. The only person who was mad was Mr. Viking. I noticed him and one other follower went with them, and they left and stopped following me. So maybe this will be the end of it, and I won't have to hear him lose his mind that I reviewed his game again, or that I played his game again and just talked about how I was feeling about it. Because I guess it wasn't really a review. I've been kind of just covering his game for a while. I like the game. I just like to see good changes in the game. So I went through the comments. I looked at the likes. And I didn't have one single thumbs down besides Viking. There was one thumbs down, and it was Viking. So I feel like I should keep going on this. I should keep covering this. We should keep talking about this. What could make this game better? I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments if you've had any experiences with this guy. Losing his mind on you for absolutely no reason, really. And I don't know, maybe tell me what you think would make this game better, and if you're willing to risk it, of course, because there is the odd chance he reads it and loses his mind at you, and I don't want to expose anybody to this guy and him being mad at you, but I do think that we should be able to talk about what could make this game better. And I'm sorry to offend anybody, because I know some people were offended I didn't like the pizza job, but that's my opinion. I honestly don't see how it fits in this game. I don't understand how barn fitting really fits in this game. It just kind of just seems like he's seen ideas in other games, and he was like, what if we added that to my game? Um, Another good example would be back when he used to. I know he's a fan of the long drive, and he tried to do a multiplayer that was basically a bad rip on the long drive, and it didn't work out, and for the obvious reasons, because it doesn't really belong in this game. um, what I would like to see is things that are more to this game, and this is why I'm apparently all these names he called me is because I suggested this last time. Is that they made this game its own thing. They came up with their own adventure that you could have in this game. Apparently, that's telling me to tell him or telling him to copy my summer car, but I don't really think it is. I'm just saying make up your own adventure, something that's custom to this game, that's fresh, new, and something fun to do. Sure, that'll be taken the wrong way and everything else, but that's not my intent. Just so you guys know, I'm a good guy. I don't have any malice intents towards anybody. I honestly just want to help, and I want to help because I play this game. I want to see it get better, and I know that I could probably find a different way to say these things and nicer and waste my time and waste your time, but I'm just going to say it like it is. This game needs to be its own thing. Ripping other ideas from other games is just making pointless coding and more errors in the game for everybody. You know, like, there's always been a frame rate issue with this game. There's always been a couple other major issues with this game. Rust. Why aren't we fixing these things? Why aren't we making the game more playable and trying to extend the amount of people playing instead of making it a solid game? And when I say that, I mean like these little ideas, these little grab ideas. They're trying to get a bigger market for people playing. Cause not, I don't know, but I don't think a lot of people are getting the game right now, and they're trying to keep people interested. When if you just kind of used your brain about it, the most solid thing you could do for this game is to make it more playable for everybody can enjoy it more. That's my biggest issue. I play for an hour or two and then I'm bored because there's just not really anything to do but fix cars. There's no challenge, and you know, I could go deliver pizzas, but I just really don't see the point. I'd make more money in the garage, right? So maybe something fun, something original would be great. You know, something that makes sense for this game specifically, not just something to just add something basically. And otherwise, you know, maybe they will do the barn finder thing for a couple days, and that's great. But what's going to happen at the end of those 3 days when they're like, hey, I want something funner? That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. I feel bad for little Viking. I feel like he's a young man with a spun head. He's got his thoughts corrupted. He's mad at the world. He's mad at the wrong people. Some people trying to help him, like myself. He ends up getting mad at him. He was only hurting himself. So I feel bad for the young man. I don't hate him. I got no harsh feelings. I don't like how the things he said in his comments were really inappropriate for YouTube. And his comment got flagged right away for a few reasons, but mostly for the terms that he used. It breaks YouTube policy. So I got a post on my YouTube comments asking if I'd like to disable the comment, which I did. And it's not because I didn't want people necessarily seeing what he said, even though I didn't want people seeing what he said. I thought it was really embarrassing for him, and I felt really bad for him, and I thought my best thing I could do for him is to take down his comment and let him calm down. But his next couple comments, he just kind of doubled down on how he felt. Like I said, YouTube was the one who flagged this comment, and I told him that. He called me a liar, but if you make videos for YouTube, you know very well that there's certain things you can do and you can't say in the comments before you're going to get flagged. And honestly, I could have probably pushed it and got him flagged and in trouble with YouTube or something, but I'm not after that. I don't want to get the young man in trouble. I think he's a little, to be nice, he's a little unstable, and he just needs to get his head straightened out, and I don't want to be part of his issues. I don't want this kid to be having nightmares about me at night, about what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do and things like that. That's not my goal, man. I feel like maybe he can get this straightened out and he can get to a better place. I hope for an apology, because I really don't think that it was ever necessary for him to act like that or to talk to anybody like that. But I think I know better from just who he is and how he's spoken to me in the past that that's not going to happen. He's not the type of person that's willing to admit when he was wrong or things like that. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm probably not going to mention it in my next video unless he wigs out in this video, which there is a good chance about. So if so, we'll be talking about it more in the next one, and if not, we're just going to let this go. We're going to hope that this young Mr. Viking gets his head straightened out. He's realizing why people are telling him these comments, that we're only trying to help him, and that when he loses his mind like that, when he starts yelling all his insecurities at people, he's only letting us know what he's dealing with. Like, the reason I say he's probably unstable is the insults that he gave. People tend to project their issues when they insult you, and it's just really starting to sound like he's just, from my experience with him and his insults, that he is dealing with some I'll try to find a really polite way to say it, but I don't know exactly how to. Some mental problems in his life. And I just wish the best for him. He's a young man, and he's got his whole life ahead of him. He doesn't need to be dealing with that type of stuff. So I hope he can get it sorted out and get his life going well, and just start listening to people. We're the people who buy this game. We're the fans. He should want to listen to us. This is feedback. This is how your game gets better. So I hope that changes in the future. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Just be polite about it. You're more than welcome. Anybody is welcome to disagree with me. I have no issue with people having their own opinion or saying that I'm wrong or whatever. Just do it in a nice, respectful way. Try to keep the insults to a minimum. If you disagree, that's fine. Tell me you disagree. Just that. Don't turn it into something else, because we're all adults here. Well, I think most of us are. I don't know if Vikings. I don't know how old this guy is, but I feel like he's a young adult, to be nice. And so I feel like we can do this in a way that's good for everybody, that's positive for everybody. So if you got something to say, just keep that in mind. I hope you guys do. And if you don't, that's fine too. We'll catch you in the next Mind Garage. Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. I swear, it just happened. In the next Mind Garage. Now, in the next Mind Garage, we will be back, and we will work on some engines or something. I want to get one of these cars running. Oh, look at that. Maybe we'll get this engine running, actually, and we'll scrap the other car. I do like doing that, is just kind of picking an engine and trying to get it running and see what it's going to take to get it running. That's a pretty fun thing to do for me. So, if you agree, let me know in the comments. Also, if not, that's what we'll be doing next time when we get back. I'm not going to have a lot of time, so it's probably going to be a little bit away too, because as you know, we're working on our own games and our own projects, and I just don't really have too much time for this stuff. I did want to do this kind of close to when everything happened with the young Viking there, just to let you guys know kind of what went on there. And I don't know. I felt like I owed some sort of explanation why I think this kid lost his mind. But that's all I could tell you is what I think, because I don't really know. He doesn't really speak like an adult to be able to get the answers I need from him to understand why this happened. But I just hope it doesn't happen in the future. He apologizes. Probably won't, but I'm just going to keep on going. I'm not going to let anybody stop me. I paid for this game. I think that I have the right to have an opinion about it, so I'm going to keep on doing that. So I'll be back next time, and we'll keep on going, and probably get this car going. I'm going to leave the hood open, so we remember that one has a good engine. Maybe I'll sell this one, even though I can't get all the rust off it, because they won't fix the rust in this game. And we'll work on that vehicle when we get back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out my other videos. Check out my channel. Check out my game. Check me out. I'm freaking Lord Fish. I'm your boy. And we'll be back next time for some freaking fun. See you then. Bye-bye.